I can't believe that to this day there's still some peeps out there. I know you. I've talked to some of you at the gym that don't know who Alex Jones is. There's still some people who don't know who he is to this day. I talked to some of you out there in the public sphere. Don't get triggered, BitChute. Go ahead and read that. The left is preparing, I don't know what you want to call them, these fucking commies, these libtards, the deep state, the New World Order pieces of crap. The left is preparing a false flag mass murder event. That's right, a mass mortalizing event where children are killed and to be blamed on ICE as the pretext to trigger a new civil war and drive Trump from office. This is 42 minutes of which I don't think I'm going to go through because if I stop and add my commentary, it'll stretch out to well over an hour, and I ain't got that kind of time. So we're going to get the gist of this, and I'll tell you what, I'll upload the video also. I'll play parts of this, and I'll upload the video in its entirety. If you care to watch it, if you don't, that's on you. But don't get triggered, BitChute, because you know damn well that a civil war is orchestrating it. And yeah, I just caught wind that they're putting kids out there for the protesting, which is ridiculous. Okay, the parents, do they know about it? If they do, where's the where's the legalized child abduction services? I mean, child protective services. Where are they at? The teachers are allowing this? Really? Seriously? Well, they need to be in jail. What about the principals? What about the Board of Education? Allowing kids to skip school as young as elementary school? They're indoctrinating the kids to be fucking activists for the New World Order to destroy this country. That's what they're doing. It's child abuse. They need to be held accountable. They're using them as human shields. Don't believe me? Just watch. I just saw a New York Post showing, what was it? L.A. Police in riot gear. Clashing with students, and we're not just talking about college students. They look younger than that, mixed in with adults. But the fact is, children should not be at protests like this, because these aren't really protests, they're riots is what they are. Insurrection, however you want to phrase it. Children have no business being in there. They really have no business in being in public indoctrination institutions you call schools. Parents, where the hell are you? Alright, this is ridiculous where we're at. But this is all done by design because, well, he'll say Clive Piven, and he'll mention how to destabilize America, and probably martial law out of this, because the beast system does want us under their thumb any way they can get it. Well, let's take a look. Of course, you know, BitChute trolls will do.
So you had been warning about these false flags with the ICE protests for a long time. They've been kicking up, and now that they have all these kids out protesting, some of them without any type of protection, I realized that the next move for this fall.
What are children doing in an adult situation like that? Whereas these libtards, they're always prone to act violently. They call us the fascists. They call us the dictators and all little Hitlers and all this shit. Meanwhile, that's what they are. That's all they're about is violence. Hell far, they get off on killing babies. They call that child protection, or what do they call it? Reproductive health care. Reproductive health care. Killing babies? Yeah, this is the cult of death. This is the cult of violence. This is the cult of insanity. They always got their fucking nose rings. They don't know what the hell, their swine little pig rings in their noses. They look so effed up. They got Kool-Aid in their hair. They don't know what damn bathroom to use, but they're going to tell you how to run a country. They're going to tell you what to do. Fuck off, you fucking commies. Brain dead commies. But this is what's happening. And anybody, parents out there, if you don't know that your children, if you're in these libtard areas and they're using your children, principals in these libtard areas are threatening students that if you don't get out there and be a good little commie activist, you'll get what for. Do you know what that means? They'll get some bad repercussion, some bad consequence. Parents don't know about this, but now that parents are going to find out about this, what are you going to do about it, huh? Heads better damn be rolling. This shit is bullshit. This shit's got to stop. But this has all been predicted in their predictive programming. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Like their movies like Civil War. What was it? Was it Captain America Civil War or some shit like that? They always love letting us know what they plan on doing via the movies, songs, and everything else that they do. Right? So here it is. They want a civil war any way they can get it, because they got to have order out of chaos, New World Order style, where they can really clamp down on us. You got data centers going up all over the place to keep tabs on us. You got a bunch of shit going on. Let's take a look. ridiculous, man.
Flag. They're
false flag. A false flag. Let's roll back and I'll play for a few minutes.
So you had been warning about these false flags with the ICE protests for a long time. They've been kicking up, and now that they have all these kids out protesting, some of them without any type of protection.
Get your kids out of school. Get them the hell out.
That the next move for this false flag, they're ace in the hole, if you will, of what they want to happen is they need a wind-up toy to attack these kids that are out protesting. They could say it was a MAGA supporter, some ex-military guy.
Yeah, we just got done seeing the video of a guy wearing a MAGA hat, right? A Trump supporter hat, attacking or supposedly attacking a 13-year-old. But they'll show you the video where he didn't touch them. But was that really a conservative doing that? Was that really a patriot? Was it really? I don't think so. It's very easy to dress up as someone and play pretend and make it look like that side of the aisle did it when they really didn't. We saw that in January 6th when you had Antifa and BLM posing as Trump supporters. I showed you behind the scenes videos that I came across back then showing you that they were dressing up, they were playing dress up because that's what the left loves to do. Never forget, hashtag never forget, they love to play dress up. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They like to pretend. And they also like to project. These are fucking demons is what they are. You don't like my language? This Colt 45 is not for you. I'm not going to say this bud because of that faggot Dylan Mulvaney, but I digress. Your parents need to get your children out of these indoctrination institutions, the fook out, because that's what they are. Alright? Brainwashing, pieces of shit. Damn, remember that during the woke shit, the peak of it? Saying to little Johnny and little Susie, well, you could bring the, little Susie, do you feel like you're a boy? Well, it's okay. You could bring your boy clothes to school tomorrow. We have a closet over here for you to dress up as a boy as, but shh, don't tell your parents. Shh, right? Right? Friggin' child abuse all across the board from them.
And that's completely fried, schizophrenic, hearing voices in his head. You know,
They're gonna get some kind of probably conservative saying they're gonna say, oh, he heard voices in his head, which the government can put voices in your head. They have voice to skull technology. That's old hat. But they're gonna have someone say it was conservative that mowed over these children, you know, or they're gonna twist this whole thing to make ICE, to make deporting illegals look like a monstrosity, and to make patriots look like the devil. That's what these devils are trying to do. They're trying to twist this shit around. And they'll sacrifice children over that. Of course they will, because the left are the party or the demons of child sacrifice. That's what they are. That's why they get off on abortions.
So you
sacrifice
have been warning about these false flags with the ICE protests for a long time. They've been kicking up, and now that they have all these kids out protesting, some of them without any type of protection, I realized that the next move for this false flag, they're ace in the hole, if you will, of what they want to happen is they need a wind-up toy to attack these kids that are out protesting. They could say it was a MAGA supporter, some ex-military guy that's completely fried, schizophrenic, hearing voices in his head. They can say anything. Maybe he'll say, God told me to do it. And he will mow down these kids on the side of the road, on the side of the highway, maybe jump out, start shooting them.
I just got done saying the government has voice-to-skull technology, which means they can put a voice in your head. Hey, this is God. Go mow them down. You know, they could do anything, especially if your frequencies, your shield is low, your frequencies are low vibration, you know, they could prey upon you. Especially if you load up probably with Big Pharma, because I'm sure that lowers your vibration frequencies. But this is what they can do. They can do anything, and the sheeple will believe it. Hook, line, and sinker, they'll believe it. Oh yeah, that was a Trump supporter. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are causing all the fucking problems. You don't see patriots so-called Trump supporters, let's just say patriots, people that love this country, you don't see them going out there causing mayhem. Nah, they're busy. We're busy going to work, raising families, trying to offset all this evil and wickedness in this world, going to church, taking the children to sporting events, sports after school, things like that. Being constructive, being productive citizens. Not these libtards. They have nothing better to do than to cause mayhem in the streets and collect a check because, as you already know, they have no jobs.
And
this is their job.
Like the new Sandy Hook in terms of they're going to use this situation to totally discredit everything that ICE is doing, totally shut down all the operations, and it'll be the thing they've always wanted to happen. That is what they're looking for. And when they have these kids out coast to coast, they're everywhere. I mean, they're just sitting ducks. So it only takes one nut job to do this.
The final piece is, Podesta says, Trump will do normal ICE operations in the official plan, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, to then get them killed and then have the blue states secede in blue cities and have a civil war. And then all the accoutrement, the movies, and the propaganda. Democrats calling, we need blood, we need our supporters killed so we can blame Trump. I mean, the Axios, they tell you. But obviously, I'm like, do they kill a bunch of illegals or a mix of protesters? And I said on air, they'll have kids with them, they'll get killed. None of the left's bringing kids on purpose, the shield's going to hurt. But the way you quantified it is, no, they snapped their fingers Wednesday, and by Thursday, thousands of videos all over the country, and then kids run in front of cars on purpose, and then all they need is the crazy they've got lined up to go mow down a bunch of kids, and it is on like Donkey Kong. All right, I'm about to lay massive intel on you and hit it from so many angles. I'm begging everyone to take notes. I'm begging everyone to mark this down. I'm begging everyone, when we archive this on X and on Rumble and at Infowars.com/show and bailout video, to get this report out to everyone. In fact, don't wait. Just grab it off the live stream. Now, we have the Democrat Podesta plan that if Trump got back into office, they knew he would follow regular ICE procedures. Same stuff been going on for 22 years. But they would just attack them and say they were Nazis. And they would have the blue cities when they were releasing a murderer or a rapist or, drug dealer that they would not tell the feds. And they'd protect them. Then they set up all these apps and rapid reaction forces of the governors and mayors to go out and harass and attack and ram and shoot at and everything else. And I said in the last few weeks, I said, Trump, you got to pull ICE out. They're outnumbered. In the Podesta plan and then in the movie Civil War they produced 3 years ago, came out a year and a half ago, it starts when ICE mows down Antifa ICE demonstrators, anti-ICE demonstrators. That's in the movie One Battle After Another. That's been heavily pushed everywhere. I mean, it's incredible. So they're telling you what, and I've seen the producers going, funny how we guessed it all, ha ha ha. You go watch the director, people bragging. It's like sick. So the Joker movie came out, like 4 years ago, and it's about burning down cities and killing all the cops and overthrowing civilization. The Cloud and Pivot Plan. This is their prepping for a October 1917 revolution. And so what starts the Civil War is suicide bombers and people machine gunning migrant demonstrations. And then last Wednesday, the Democratic Party, I showed the headline, said, we are now activating, through the Tides Foundation, through Soros, the children. And through the Department of Education and all these groups, instantly, coast to coast, public schools, private schools, you name it, elementary school students, you name it, out blocking traffic. Kids running in front of cars so they can play victim. And I'm like, look, they're activating their human shields, hoping kids get hurt. And in the plan it says, ICE will mow down anti-ICE protesters. But the thing hiding in plain view was, at the bottom of the last hour where Kirk Elliott's coming on, Thomas Sisko, one of our top researchers, they're all great researchers, but he really just gives me a lot of great research. He walks in and he says, I want to repeat what he said. And when he said it, I got this electricity up my spine. That happened once a day when I say something really important, I get this tingle. This was like, he saw me. I was like, I said, you got to go in there. And what that is that's your unconscious is 1,000 times or stronger than your conscious. Cerebral cortex is a minor focus.
I want to know who the hell is putting these kids out there as human shields. These motherfuckers need to be put in prison, to say the very least. Who are they? That's child abuse. I heard of this out there in the Middle East. Human shields. Not here in America. Not here in America. I've said this for years now. We've been infiltrated. This whole world's been infiltrated by demons. But I said, in particular, the United States, because that's where I live, that's what I focus on. This country's been infested by demons. All right, you could call them commies, you could call them New World Order POSs, but they're filled with demons. And I've been saying this for the longest time, that our country, hell, I know our world does, but in particular, our country needs a fucking exorcism of all these demons. All right, because that's very demonic. Putting kids, children, I don't even want to say kids, goats have kids, I think. Putting children right there in harm's way, indoctrinating them, saying, get out in the streets. You go out there and get out in the streets and be a good little New World Order activist. That's what these piece of shit communists are doing. Souls, I did a video, I covered that information just earlier, about a week ago, about souls. People are among us, and they are everywhere. We're overrun by these demons. All right? You putting damn children out in the street there, coaxing them, coercing them to get out there in the streets and block traffic, knowing full well that you got a little operative out there somewhere to mow them down, to sacrifice these children to your god Moloch, Satan, the devil, however you want to phrase it, tomato, you fucking libtard demon, New World Order, pieces of shit commies you. There's a special place in hell for you. A special place. I just want the rest of you out there to know what's going on. This is a heads up. All right? I only caught wind of this today. Putting children out there, seriously? Putting children out there. Children should have no part in this at all. This is child abuse. But then again, this is the party that likes to, yeah.
You could say even the unconscious.
When I say party,
unconscious.
I mean really group of people. There's a good and there's evil. I mean the group of people. There's good. This is good versus evil. Okay, BitChute. So get over it. It's not necessarily Democrat versus Republican or whatever. It's good versus evil. What side of the fence are you on? Out there. There's a lot of you out there that's good, but there's a fuck a lot of you out there that are evil as fuck. I'm sick of this. And it ain't just me. I talk to a lot of people. I'm sick of it too. Very sick of it. You bastards keep poking the bear. You keep poking it. You might think you're going to get A, but you're probably going to get B. Alright? You think you're going to get one outcome, it's going to sway your way. And this goes for the deep state, however you want to phrase it. Deep state's like, we're going to get martial law on this and we're going to clamp down. I don't know how that. I don't know. Maybe not. You're rolling the dice because we're watching you. Everyone's watching you. Well, not everyone, but a lot of us.
Had that full electricity, like I had stuck my finger in a light socket when he said it. And that was my unconscious, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, going. Like with Darth Vader, they go, these could be smugglers. They could be. He goes, that's it. The rebels are there. When he said it, I was just like, for like 2 seconds, like, The way he said it is absolutely right. He just nailed it. And once you hear this, you're going to go, of course, that's true. The same thing's going to happen because you already know it subconsciously. Repeat what you said to me during the break.
So you had been warning about these false flags with the ICE protests for a long time. They've been kicking up. And now that they have all these kids out protesting, some of them without any type of protection, I realized that the next move for the...
What do you mean someone without any kind of protection? The fact that they're out there, I don't give a shit if you give them a Darth Vader sword and a helmet and all. I don't give it. They're out there, they're not protected. You're not protected as a child if you're out there. You're not protected if you're an adult if you're out there in this environment. Much less if you're a child. You want to protect the children. They have no business being there to begin with. Get them the fuck out of there. Parents, where are you? I swear to God that I hope that these parents did not know about this. I hope that there's mama bears and papa bears that are going to rise up and go, what the hell? The school did this behind our back yesterday? Seriously? Yeah, I hope you parents are waking up. This is what this is what your tax dollars are going to. While you're hard at work, working 2-3 jobs, done by design so the nanny state could do as they will with your children, keeping you distracted. This shit's gotta stop, man. Americans are working way too hard, they're way too distracted, way too tired. That's done by design. Fluoride in water, chemtrails in the air. And there's a video I'm gonna cover about chemtrails and 6G and human antennas. That's new information, but I wanted to cover that. There's so much going on. So listen here, and I got a video with fast reads coming up. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Saturday, because I've been severely under the weather. I've been battling that. But what I want to say is, parents, I hope this scenario is that you did not know that your children were out there, that the school made them go out there to do this. Because if you consented to this, there's a special place in hell for you too. Big time. But if you did not know about this and now you're finding out what your school indoctrination institution did to your children by putting them out in harm's way and making them grooming them to be activists, I hope that you, I don't know, make sure that your voice is heard. How about that? Does that sound good? Does that sound peachy? Just when you thought and heard and seen it all.
This false flag, they're ace in the hole, if you will, of what they want to happen is they need a wind-up toy to attack these kids that are out protesting. They could say it was a MAGA supporter, some ex-military guy that's completely fried, schizophrenic, hearing voices in his head. Maybe he'll say, God told me to do it.
Eat up fake news,
and he will mow down these kids on the side of the road, on the side of the highway, maybe jump out, start shooting them, and it is like the new Sandy Hook in terms of they're going to use this situation to totally discredit everything that ICE is doing.
They'll do anything to hide the fraud in Minnesota.
It'll be the thing they've always wanted to happen. That is what they're looking for. And when they have these kids out coast to coast, they're everywhere. I mean, they're just sitting ducks. So it only takes one.
What is a kid doing out there
to do this?
ICE?
And
when you were in 3rd grade and 5th grade, did you know anything about politics? I think not. You might have had some background about the basics of how our country was formed and all that, but it wasn't like nothing like this. They're grooming these kids, much like they groomed them. Well, you know how. They're grooming these kids because that's what these libtards, that's what the deep state, that's what the same thing. Communists, same thing. New World Order, piece of shit, same thing. They're all the same thing. Devils, same thing. That's what they like to do, groom kids. Indoctrinate, project what they are onto you. All right? Children have no business being in this environment at all. At all. I wouldn't even want to go there. I'm 56 now. I'm an adult. I'm very capable of taking care of myself, holding my own. But I wouldn't go out there. Not even if I had protection, I wouldn't go out there. I'm staying in my lane. I'm observing from afar. I'm not going to go over there into that. Hell no. That's stupid. Why would you? Unless you're retarded. These kids are being groomed. And this is, again, child abuse. Whoever's behind this needs to be treated as a criminal, as a child abusing criminal. They want to talk about Epstein and all the stuff on Epstein's list. Well, take a look at this. How is this any different? You're sacrificing children. Using them as human shields. Okay, the Epstein thing. Using them as S-toys. Okay, that's terrible. That's horrible. That's evil. Using children as human shields, that's equally as evil. All right, you know better than those on the list, the EP list, okay? The EP list, all right? Whoever's behind this needs to be held accountable. Big time. Major time. Major. But you know what the problem is? It's not going to happen because the devils, all these tentacles of the New World Order are firmly entrenched. I mean firmly entrenched. I don't think anything is going to come out of this except probably, unfortunately, in the end, what they want, which is order out of chaos. Still, my conviction is of my soul My job, I feel like, is to, people want to talk about what do you do, what is your job? My job is to alert people as best as I can, all right, as to what's really going on. Shit doesn't matter if you work at this job making $250,000 or $500,000 a year and you think you have your retirement. No, you don't, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, all right? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes because you're busy, distracted, doing what you believe you're supposed to do, which is earn a living, make money, and retire at a certain age that you believe you're going to retire at. But that's you being distracted. And that's exactly where they want us. They want us distracted, worn down, worn out, dumbed down, and docile. Okay? So, my job, again, because people do love to talk about jobs. What do you do? I don't know. What do you do? What do I do? What do you do? What do you do? What do we do? It's ridiculous. This is one of my many tasks in life, is to alert you. Look what they're doing. This might be happening in certain areas. However, this is what they want across the board, because this is what you're looking at seriously is a CW. Just hasn't gone hot yet. It hasn't. But that's what they want. And that's what I got for you. It ain't much.
These kids are not protected.
However you want to look at it.
They just want to, most of them want a reason to get out of school. When I was in high school, if you told me I could leave school for a protest, I would just leave.
Yeah, these kids don't even know what they're protesting against.
The principal's been fired. They ordering the kids to do it.
Yes.
Or they'll be expelled.
And it wasn't until...
Principal says you'll be expelled.
So you had been warning about these false flags with the...
A principal said, you students go out there and be good little New World Order activist commies, or you'll be expelled. Ooh, Miss Okada. Yes, Barbarino. Ooh, yeah, I choose expelled so I could stay at home and out of these indoctrination institutions. Yeah, but these kids don't know that. These children, I should say, do not know that. They think they're doing good, and what they're doing is they're actually being sheep led to the slaughter, much like many people. I would like to say wake up, but I don't know if there's anybody left to wake up. Seriously, I don't. I think the line's been drawn in the sand. Still, I've done my part because I have a conscience, and seeing this information, knowing that there are children out there being used as pawns. That's PAWNS, pawns. For those of you that might be hearing impaired. But of course, there are children out there being used as... I think you get it, and if you don't, I don't know what to have. By this same group of people. If you're not vigilant, get vigilant ASAP. There's not much time, because if this continues, something really big is going to pop off. This psychological operation, false flag, and I hear there are many black swans in the mix that are coming down up soon, according to one title of a video. Here's where they want you. Which way do you go, George? Which way you went that way? Yeah, they keep moving the goalposts in this, keep you distracted. Shiny object over here, shiny object over here. Super Bowl pushing their fagala, transgender shit still to this day. I don't know anybody. If you're watching the Super Bowl, you're supporting that transgender shit. If nothing else, watch the game and go to that alternate halftime. I think it's an alternate halftime thing. That's what I got for you. Don't be a troll out there. Especially on BitChute. I am Oot.